My name is Dayano Atira.
My name is Dayati Bonaventure.
My name is Eliana.
My name is Florina Kim.
Now I will present about the application of differentiation problems, which is in this topic we will do the differentiate of the equation, and we will sketch a graph to see which graph that we will get. So the equation that we have given is y equal to x power of 3 minus 3 over 2 x power of 2 plus 1. So I will explain the first step we must do in this equation. The first step is we must find the stationary point with the equation that we have given, which is the equation we must do differentiate of this equation to find it. So in this problem, I will explain it one by one to solve these problems. So in this equation, the first x, which is x power of 3, we must differentiate it. The way we differentiate the x power of 3 is we move the power of 3 in front of the x. So it will be x 3x. The power, we will minus it by 1. 3 minus 1. Then 3 over 2x power of 2, we differentiate it become 2, which is the power of 2, we put it in front of the 3 over 2. 3 over 2 x 2 minus 1, and this didn't have any x, so as we know, the basic of the differentiate, if the number didn't have any x, so it will be 0, which is, so we just put plus 0. So we solve this equation. It become 3x power of 2 minus 3x plus 0. So this is the first dy dx. This is the equation that we get after we differentiate it. After we get the first equation of differentiate, we must factorize it to find the stationary points. So in this situation, stationary points, the first differentiate in stationary points is equal to 0. As we know it equal to 0, we can factorize it to find the stationary points. The way we factorize it, which is we put 3x, then in bracket it will left x minus 1. So the first x we get is 1, and the second x we get is 0. So this is my presentation. The next step.
So, from the last steps, from that equation, we get 2x, which is x equal to 1 and x equal to 0. So, we have find x, but we don't have the y. So, in these steps, I will show you how to get the y from each of the x. In the last steps, we found that in this equation, we found that x equal to 1 and x equal to 0. So, In these steps, we must change dx into 1 and 0. So, when x equal to 1, which means we must change the x into 1. Just like this. We change the x into 1, so we get y equal to, in bracket, 1 power of 3 minus 3 over 2 in bracket 1 power of 2 plus 1. By using calculator, solve this problem, and remember, we must put the bracket so we get the real answer. So, when x equal to 1, dy that we get is 1 over 2. Next, remember that in first step, we get x equal to 1. Also, have one more x, which is x equal to 0. So, x equal to 1, we already get, which is y equal to 1 over 2. Remember? That's for x equal to 1. Now we must find out what is the y of x equal to 0. So, when x equal to 0, we must change the 0 in each and one of the x in this equation, which means we get y equal to 0 power of 3 minus 3 over 2 in bracket 0 power of 2 plus 1. Also, by using calculator, solve all these equations, and remember, we must put brackets to get the real answer. So, when x equal to 0, its y is 1. So, the final answer for these steps, therefore stationary points are x, y, x, y. This is x, 1, and y, 1 over 2. The second x is 0, its y is 1. So, this is how we get the y from each of the x.
Okay, next, we move to step 2. To find the characteristic of the curve, we have to substitute the value of x in the second derivative of the equation, which is dy over dx equal to 3x the power of 2 minus 3x to d the power of 2y over dx the power of 2 equal to 6x minus 3. Now, consider x equal to 1 and put in the second derivative, which is d the power of 2y over dx the power of 2 equal to 6 times by x minus 3. So, the answer is 3 is bigger than 0, which we can see that is the maximum point. Next, consider x equal to 0 and put in the second derivative d the power of 2y over dx the power of 2 equal to 6 times 0 minus 3. So the answer is negative 3 is smaller than 0, which we can see that is the maximum point. Therefore, 0, 1 is maximum point and 1, 1 over 2 is minimum point.
My name is Dayang, and now I want to explain show you how to sketch the graph for this question. First, I will explain to you the graph of maximum point. The graph as shown is look like a moody face or sad face. This is for maximum point. For minimum point, it looks like smiley face. This is the point, the minimum point. Next, I will show you the sketch of our graph for this question. In this point, this is the maximum point. The coordinate is 0, 1. For the minimum point, it is here. The coordinate is 1, 1 over 2. This is the graph we sketch after solve the question using the step you taught us. Thank you.